In a medical malpractice case where I am questioning the doctor whom you have sued during his pretrial question and answer session known as a deposition, is it ever appropriate for me to ask the doctor whether he violated the basic standards of medical care? You want to know the answer? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney, and the answer is yes, it is appropriate. You see, when I question a doctor during his pretrial testimony, that's really nothing more than a question and answer session given under oath. This takes place in his attorney's office, and there is a court reporter there to record all of my questions and all of the doctor's answers. And his answers form the basis of his pretrial testimony. And you should know, even though this is being done in his attorney's office, what he says carries the same exact weight as if he were testifying at trial. So now, during the course of my pretrial questioning, I need to know certain things from the doctor. I want to know from him what is the standard of care for a patient who presents with the following problem. I want to know from him whether he has enough knowledge about the anatomy. I want to know his understanding of certain medications that were given. So I am allowed to probe and determine whether this doctor has medical knowledge that establishes his expertise, that establishes he knows what he's doing. And now, after I question the doctor about what the standards of care were, and now I question him about what he did and why, there will come a time where I will ask the doctor to assume certain facts to be true. And all of the facts that I'm asking in our hypothetical question are facts that we believe to be more likely true than not true. And now, doctor, I want you to assume that Mrs. Jones came into your office on this day and had the following complaints, A, B, and C. Would you agree that in that instance, the standard of care required that a doctor do X, Y, and Z? Yes or no? Now, if the doctor says, yes, it is appropriate, I'm going to ask him, tell me why. I want to hear from the doctor in his own words why it's appropriate for a doctor to do those things. And if he says no, I'm going to ask him, why not? Doctor, I want you to assume that 5 days later the patient returned to the office and now had the following complaints. And on clinical examination, this is what was found. Would you agree that in that instance, good medical care, the standard of care required that the doctor do X, Y, and Z? And now the doctor is going to have to tell me yes, no, I don't know, or I can't answer. So to go back to the original question I asked, is it ever appropriate for me to ask the doctor whether he violated the basic standards of medical care? The answer is absolutely. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight of what goes on in these medical malpractice cases here in New York. You know, I recognize you're watching this video because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter happened here in New York, but you have not yet started a lawsuit because you still have questions that need answers, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer those questions. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.